guys, it's Ellie. I hope you're well and having a really good day today. So today's video is going to be a Q&A, and I don't think I've done one of these in a while actually. Posted on my Instagram asking for questions, and there was a lot actually. There was over 200 questions, which I was not expecting. I do actually have about 40 at the moment on my laptop screen, so I'll see how many I can get through. Bonjour Livy asked, when is your birthday? My birthday is the 26th of July. I was born in 1994, so this year I'll be 22, 21 at the moment, and that makes me a Leo if you're interested in star signs. Pretty Paladin asked, how tall are you? And I am 5'6". The Bonnie Wee Beauty Blog said, what do you currently do as a job? Now, I've recently started a new job, which I've kind of mentioned on this channel, and I said that I can't disclose too much about it at the moment because it's not fully launched yet, and when it does launch I'll tell you about it. But that's what I'm working on at the moment. It's about Disney, but it's not working for Disney. It's nothing to do with the Disney company themselves. And then I also work at the O2 Arena. Well, I do YouTube as well, which is kind of a third job for me because it is a huge part of my life. Eloise Fox said, how many pets have you had and what were their names? I have a dog called Bertie. He's 3 years old and he is a kind of apricot golden colour cockapoo, and he's probably the love of my life. I absolutely adore him. I just used to have lots of goldfish, or I had goldfish, which I'm pretty sure my mum and dad replaced when they died every time, so I thought the goldfish lived for like 6 years, but they didn't really. Tia.k said, what is your favourite TV series and why? Friends, because I can watch that all day, every day, on repeat, and I always laugh and find it funny. Maisie_X said, when did you meet Chelsea and what was your first impression of her? If you don't know, Chelsea is my best friend. You might have seen her in some Disney vlogs if you've watched them. We actually met at the O2 Arena. We both worked there together at the time. I don't remember not being best friends after that. We pretty much clicked straight away, and I was like, I know I love this girl and we're going to be really good friends, and we've been best friends ever since. Kathleen_Lovato said, favourite Harry Potter book, film and character? My favourite Harry Potter book is The Philosopher's Stone, just because I remember reading it for the first time and it completely transported me to a magical world that I couldn't even have dreamt of myself. My favourite film out of them is The Goblet of Fire, mostly because I like Robert Pattinson and he is Cedric Diggory and that thrills me. Favourite character is a really hard one. I love Snape though. I think by the end of the series, when I understood Snape as a character, that might have made him my favourite because you kind of see the full circle of it and why he is what he is. Chiara Adima said, what is your favourite musical you've been to? 100% my favourite is The Lion King. It's a spectacular show to see. It's unlike anything you can imagine. There's nothing like it. But I also love Wicked and Les Miserables. Les Miserables, I don't know how you say it, Les Mis. Lauren O'Neill 96 said, who has been the most influential person in your life and what is your favourite colour? My favourite colour is mint green, which is the colour of my car, my family, because we've all been through a lot together and coped in different ways, but we all are strong and we stand together and we just inspire, motivate and are influential to each other, so yes. Boli Cantololi, probably saying it wrong, said, did you enjoy school when you were younger and what was your favourite class? I found year 7 of school quite hard because I went to a very small primary school. My primary school, there was about 100-ish people in the whole school, so going from that to 200 people in a year was difficult for me. By kind of the end of year 8 I really liked school. I didn't necessarily like sixth form as much because I had a lot of personal things happening. I liked English. I also liked IT because I'm very computer savvy. I also liked philosophy and ethics, RE, and psychology as well because I quite liked the debate aspect. Georgia_XX said, if you could have dinner with any celebrity, dead or alive, who would you pick and why? I think I would have to say Walt Disney, just because I've been so interested to know what he thinks of how things are running at the moment. I'd love to know what he thinks of the theme parks and what he would do to improve them, and as well with the film side of it, what he would think about what is being made in his name now. Isabel Martin X asked an interesting question, which is, would you rather nobody showed up to your funeral or nobody showed up to your wedding? That's hard because if no one showed up to my funeral I probably wouldn't know, but I'd be quite hurt if nobody came to my wedding. I guess maybe it's nicer that people care and are grieving for you when you've passed away. It's nice if you've left an impression on someone, and I guess you could kind of get away with having a wedding that was just the two of you. That's a really hard question. This is one I want to know what you would pick, so let me know in the comments what you would rather because I'm really stumped on that one. Casey Art said, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I would have to say Orlando, just because that would mean it would be easy for me to get a job at Disney World, which is like the ultimate dream. Becca Hinton 1996 said, where is one place you'd love to visit but you haven't yet been? I'd love to go to New York actually. There's also so much of America that I want to see that isn't just Disney, and I also would love to go on one of those perfect beach holidays one day where the sand is pure white and the water is just pure crystal blue. Georgia Amy asked, your favourite thing to do when you're bored on a rainy day? Definitely to snuggle in bed and not have to go outside, order a pizza, eat all of the pizza and all the sides, watch Disney films or a really like addictive TV show that you can just watch episode after episode, to be in my PJs all day. JD Groomy said, what is your favourite drugstore foundation that you've come across? I now mostly swap between two high-end foundations, which is the Clarins Everlasting and Estee Lauder Double Wear. But from a drugstore point of view, I used to be obsessed with the Bourjois Healthy Mix, the Revlon Colour Stay and the L'Oreal True Match. Chelsea Baxter said, how do you keep your makeup looking flawless all day? Both the foundations I switch between are made to last all day, which I think is a big help. I always set my makeup with a powder. I just like to use the Rimmel Stay Matte. And then a product I actually can't live without is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. It's actually the only setting spray I've ever used, so I don't know if there's any better ones. I know there's alternatives, all different price points if you're after something cheaper. Locks in my makeup, and I've used it in Paris in the summer, I've used it in Paris in the winter, I've taken it to Orlando and it's made my makeup stay all day in Orlando, so I basically can't live without this. Alison93 Disney said, I was wondering how you do your eyeliner and eyebrows. For liquid eyeliner I actually use the Soap and Glory Super Cat Carbon Black Extreme eyeliner pen, which is basically an eyeliner with like a little felt tip nib. It's about £6, it's black, it doesn't budge all day. I put this on at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's now 8 o'clock at night and it's still there. And for eyebrows, I don't really have eyebrows, which really upsets me. They're just so sparse and non-existent. If you've seen my everyday makeup routine that I did a few months back, you'll know this. I can't live without the Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brow, which is basically a tinted brow gel that has like fibres that kind of adhere and stick to your brow hairs that you have, and it makes them look thicker and fuller. This is probably like my ultimate beauty product. It is pricey, it's about £18, but I can't actually live without it. What I really love at the moment is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Promenade, probably saying it wrong, kind of like gel brow product. I bought it in Sephora in America. It wasn't too expensive and it's just insane. It doesn't move all day and you can really get the eyebrow look that you want, as weird as that sounds. Lizanne Smile said, will you ever get a tattoo? And I don't think I ever will get a tattoo. I'm terrified of needles. That's kind of my biggest fear, is injections and needles. And as well, I'm very indecisive. I don't think I could commit to anything for that long to be on my body for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't want it somewhere that was visible. And there's just nothing I can think of that I want permanently on my body. So I'm not anti-tattoos. I've got friends that've got them and I love them. It's just, it's not something I personally don't think I'll ever get. I've got a little batch of YouTube related questions now. First one is from Melody Collis, and she said, what was the reason you started a YouTube channel and did you see yourself getting as many subscribers as you have? I started my YouTube channel almost 3 years ago, mostly as an extension of my written blog. I used to write a written blog called elliesteadman.com. It's still up and there's loads of beauty stuff on there. I probably will go back to it one day. It's just I can't really focus on blogging and YouTube, and my heart is with YouTube at the moment. So YouTube was kind of an extension from that. It was a way for me to speak to people that read my blog more. I was a bit kind of bored of blogging, and this is more creative in my opinion, and I could make something, and I just wanted to try it more than anything. Other people were doing it, I was watching other people and I was like, I want to give that a go. I'm a very small YouTuber, like I'm a teeny tiny YouTuber in the pool of YouTube. Every subscriber that I have I am so grateful for, and I hope that that is known to you, because I know everyone says it. Subscribers is a number, but how you interact with them and speak to them, you leave me nice comments, you support me, you speak to me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. If it grows anymore, then amazing. If it doesn't, then I'm so happy with what I have already. That's more than enough and more than I could have ever wanted, and just so special to me. It's Bethers said, what do you use to edit your videos and what cameras do you use to film? I film these sort of videos on a Canon 600D, which is like a DSLR camera. For vlogging, I now use a Canon G7X. However, all the vlogs to this point you will have seen on my YouTube channel were filmed on a Canon S110, which was a very good camera, but mine broke. For editing, I use my MacBook Pro and I use iMovie on there. Lucy XOXX said, what is the best and the worst thing about being a YouTuber? The best thing is the people that watch, the people you speak to and you communicate with and you make friends with and you learn about each other's lives. And the comments and support, that is amazing, and I love it so much. A negative side of it can be the hate that comes with it. Some people do like to troll and leave mean comments, but I guess if you put yourself out there, that's what you're going to get sometimes, sadly. As well, it's not a negative, but I don't think people realise how much time YouTube can take. It can take me anywhere between 2 hours and 8 hours to completely film and produce and edit and upload a video. If YouTube isn't your only job, then the time it takes to do it can be a negative, but at the same time, if you love doing it, then it's worth it. I'm called Meg said, what's your favourite thing about filming and the highlight of your YouTube so far? Favourite thing about filming is the feedback from you guys. I love the moment where the vlog or the video is up and kind of an hour later I can go and see what people think about it. And as well, it's nice to produce something and to have like a finished product. So once I've filmed this, edited it and uploaded it, I can be like, look what I did, I made that. The highlight so far for me, that's a really hard one because there's so many wonderful things that have come from it, and a lot of them is meeting people that watch my YouTube channel. That's kind of the biggest thing, is getting to meet people. But a really special thing that happened was when I hit 10,000 subscribers, because it happened on Christmas Day, and it was just really magical and special and the best Christmas present. Talia Thorne said, what is your favourite vlog? The day one video of travelling to Disney World, and then the first part of the second day, because that was a whirlwind 24 hours, and it's so nice to look back and see how we both were when we were travelling to Disney World and the excitement, and then to actually go into the parks and be overwhelmed. That's two of my favourite vlogs because it just holds such special memories for me. Alice Dainty said, would you ever do a what's in my car video? I don't really have much in my car. I like to keep it quite free of clutter and kind of as nice as possible because I am quite in love with my car. I have a mint green Fiat 500, but if you want like a car tour or like more of a video about the car and showing you the car in case you're looking at getting one, I could definitely do something like that for you. Just Likes Moustaches said, what is a good idea for a first video to film and any tips for taking the plunge to make a good first impression? About me tags or 50 facts about me or anything that you can just answer questions is a good way to just talk to the camera and get yourself feeling more comfortable. Just be yourself, enjoy it, just have fun with it, and you'll know straight away if you like it or not and if it's for you. Kathy Miller 1984 said, have you ever thought about doing daily vlogs? I've not thought about daily vlogs, but I thought about weekly vlogs, so if that's something you think you'd like to see, let me know, because I'm not really sure. Now that I work from home a lot, my week is a bit like all over the place. Sometimes I do lots of fun things, sometimes I'm just at home working in bed in my pyjamas. Isabel said that she'd love to know how I balance filming, Disney holidays and work. I'm lucky now that I do mostly work from home, however my O2 job is shift pattern based, so it is kind of all over the place, so it can be hard for me to get a routine, but I think a routine is so important, whether it's getting up at a similar time every day, going to bed a similar time every night. I find a basic to-do list is so important because when you see everything written down that you have to do, that's when you realise what is important, what needs to be prioritised. So satisfying to tick things off a list. It's important as well to find a balance between work and social, whether you say that you have one night a week to see friends or 2 nights a week where you do social clubs or even an hour a night to read a book. When I was at school I did a drama club every week, which was kind of really nice because it was a set routine and it was like an escape and a creative outlet for me. As well, I think it's important to know that you don't have to do everything. You can say no to things. You don't have to do every social event or every school club or every sport. Saying no to things is fine, and sometimes it's better to say no and not do too many things instead of stressing yourself out. Cat0790 said, with everyone using dating apps like Tinder, do you feel pressured to be dating? I think that's such a good question. Honestly, the majority of my friends are in relationships, but I'm not, and I haven't been in a solid relationship. I haven't had a boyfriend for probably 3 years. I think in the past 3 years since I had a boyfriend, the longest I've dated for was like 6 months with someone. I've been on dates and I've used Tinder. I don't necessarily feel pressured because I'm quite comfortable with myself. I would like to meet someone, but I think as well it's very hard when you live a life like I do because I spend so much time online and so much time working at home that I'm not in a 9-to-5 office environment or going out with people from work or doing that sort of stuff, so I won't meet people that way. So it is kind of harder depending on your lifestyle. I think apps like Tinder are great, and I think it's nice that there is a more modern way to date, and I know friends that have had really great success stories from Tinder as well. I don't feel necessarily pressured to be dating. It would be nice to be dating, but at the same time, without sounding kind of depressing, I don't think I'm a very dateable person. I don't think many males my age or a similar age would be interested in. I think the Disney thing puts a lot of people off. I don't think I'm the sort of person, like girl, that people want. I don't know. I don't have much confidence in myself as well. If I'm ever friends with a guy or someone asks for my number, I just panic and I'm like, no, because I can't deal with it. So I don't necessarily feel pressured. It doesn't bother me too much, but I do think when the time's right and when you're not expecting it, these things do happen. If anything, Disney is the pressure, isn't it? Because we see all these princesses finding their dream man. Lastly, Heather Langley said, do you have any advice on being patient when it comes to having your life figured out. My life is not figured out. I don't think most people have got their lives figured out, and I think that is such an important thing to know, because we see everyone's lives projected on social media and we think, oh my god, that girl's got the perfect life. The world we live in today is so hard because you're constantly comparing yourself. Everyone does it. I don't think that many people will ever have their life figured out, because there's so many different things you can do in your life that how do you pick just one? So I don't think that you ever really figure your life out as such. I think you kind of do things in life that are relevant to what you're doing at the moment. So for example, YouTube completely fits in with my life now. In 10 years it might not. The job I have now is perfect for me. That might change in a year. You literally don't know, and everything is constantly changing. You're a different person now to what you were 5 years ago. So I think as long as you're happy and focusing on doing things that make you happy and kind of could benefit your future, that is the most important thing in life. My life aim is just to be happy. There's been times in my life where I've been so unhappy and depressed and not well from that I don't want to be that again. So my life focus is just to be a happy person, and I think that's fine. You don't have to go to uni and get a degree. You don't have to work a 9-to-5 office job. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Obviously you have to go to school and there's some things you do have to do. You don't have to do anything that doesn't make you happy. I'm so sorry for just rambling. I feel like I've gone completely blur and made no sense, but thank you so much to everyone who asked questions. I have a load of Disney questions that were asked to me as well, so I'll get them done for you very soon and answered. But I hope you've enjoyed this little Q&A. I love Q&As because I'm nosy and I like to know more about the people that I want to watch on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for asking questions if you did. If you're not subscribed already, please do. It would mean the world, and please like and comment as always, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye!